Have you ever been the villain in someone else's story? I have, and I have been for years. Do you ever wonder what it feels like to be the villain? Not the cape-twirling, mustache-twisting, storybook kind, but the kind of villain who exists in someone else's mind. Not because you hurt them, but because you were the easiest person to blame. It's strange being painted in colors you never chose, and for a long time I lived in that shadow. It took me a while to understand what was happening. At first I thought I had done something wrong. I replayed every interaction, dissected every word, every look, every moment. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't find the thing that made me so monstrous in their eyes. All I could find was their own reflection. People can be cruel in ways that they don't even realize. Words that seem small, thoughtless, they carry weight. Actions that feel justified in the moment ripple out in ways that they will never see. It's funny how easy it is for someone to make you their villain. All it takes is a little bitterness, a little fear. They take their failures, their shortcomings, and they package them all nice and neat with your name on the label. Because it's easier to shift the weight of their mistakes onto someone else. To say, it's not me, it's them. It's always been them. At first I fought it. I tried to explain, tried to prove my innocence as if life was some courtroom and I just needed the right defense. I tried so hard to make them see the truth that I wasn't their enemy. But maybe, just maybe, the war that they were fighting wasn't with me, but with themselves. You can't force someone to look at what they refuse to look at. You can't make them hold up the mirror if they're terrified of their own reflection. So I'm not fighting anymore. Not because I believe them, but because I know that I'm better than that. Because I realize something that they don't. Carrying their projection is not my job. It's not my responsibility to bear the weight of their unhealed wounds. I also realized something else, something harder to face. I had allowed their words to shape me. I had let their anger, their resentment, carve pieces out of me until I barely recognized myself. I became smaller, quieter. I let their narrative write over mine. But there's coming a reckoning. I am standing still and asking myself, who am I? Not in their story, not in their mind, but in mine. Who am I? I don't think that answer is going to come easily. I think it's going to take time. I think it's going to take honesty and grief, because there is grief in healing. I'm not sure that I'm ready, but eventually the answers will come. I'm learning to let go. Let go of their words, their judgments, their warped vision of me. I'm learning to stop carrying the weight of someone else's pain. And I'm also realizing how heavy it's been. Something that they still don't understand is that words have weight, yes. Actions have consequences, yes. But none of that will ever be greater than the power of self-awareness. The power for me to look at myself, flaws and all, and say, this is mine. This is my mess to clean up, my wound to heal, and my responsibility to carry. They're not ready to do that, and they likely never will be. Being the villain in someone else's story is painful. It's isolating, but it has taught me something. It's taught me who I am and who I am not, and who I want to be. It's teaching me the importance of integrity, of growth, and facing my own reflection, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. And I'm standing here whole. Not because I've never made mistakes, I've made plenty, but because I'm facing them, owning them, and growing from them. I'm standing here knowing that the version of me that they created isn't real. It never was. And if that makes me the villain in their story, so be it. I have my own story to tell. A story of resilience, of strength, of becoming. And in my story, I'm not the villain. I am the survivor, the warrior. And maybe, just maybe, you are too. So write your own story and let them write theirs.